Our top story tonight, more than 50 dogs rescued in Galena, Missouri. The sheriff's office and the Missouri Humane Society arrived there to find a terrible scene.
Several puppies like you see here and dozens of dogs tied up, left out in the brutal cold. And you can see just how sick and thin many of them look in these pictures from the Stone County Sheriff's Office. Just heartbreaking. Michael Hoffman watched the raid today and describes the situation deputies found.
Well, tonight the dogs are out of the cold and one step closer to a loving home after rescuers came to this home in Galena. The sheriff tells me that at least 55 were found around the property alive. Some were chained to trees, others were in a shed. Many didn't have access to food and water.
They depend on us to take care of them, and that wasn't being done here.
Once the Stone County Sheriff's Department saw dozens of animals in these conditions, it called the Humane Society of Missouri for its Animal Cruelty Task Force from St. Louis.
Thin dogs, their ribs were showing, their hips, their spine. They were chained out. Some had shelter, some had no shelter. The shelter that they did have were blue barrels, there were igloo houses, there was no straw.
After it was all said and done, 55 dogs were rescued. 15 dogs and 5 goats died.
There was no visible water, there was no food, they were shivering, and there was deceased on the property. There was deceased in with live.
Frank says with conditions like these, in addition to the fierce cold, she says they got there just in time.
If we weren't able to make this rescue happen this evening, right now, I think the temperature is 15, it feels like 2. I don't think these guys would have made it.
But after all the suffering, the dogs enter the heated kennels with tails wagging, ready to take their first step towards treatment, recovery, and hopefully adoption. The pups will be available for adoption when they're healthy through the Humane Society of Missouri out of St. Louis. Sheriff Rader says the homeowner is in the Stone County Jail tonight being held on pending charges. Reporting in Stone County, I'm Michael Hoffman.
Meantime,